We are halfway through Invincible Season 4, so let's talk about it. Spoiler warning for the first half of the season, I'm going to be talking about the major events of the first 4 episodes. To assure all the show-only viewers, I will not be going into any events past Episode 4. Episode 1 I thought was a really great opener for the season. I think it handles the aftermath post-Conquest fight and Invincible War super well, and I think where most of the characters are at the beginning of the season is really interesting, especially with Mark over here. I've been seeing some complaints and clownery on Mark this season, and I don't stand for it. Like, I am all in for the emo blue suit era of Invincible. It just feels like such a genuine and natural progression for his character. And I think they just handle his arc in this episode specifically super well, with how they establish Dinosaurus and how Mark almost crosses the line there immediately, so that by the time we get to this moment, it feels like it was earned and that it was genuinely being built up to. And we just talk about how satisfying this moment is right here. I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend like I ever gave a shit about the Sequid storyline, but I just love the use of anti-climax and, like, subversion. I like seeing the possibility of Mark really just not holding back and realizing that this shit is just way too easy. It could be way too easy for him if he just went buck wild every single time he got into a fight. Like most people, Episode 2 has by far been my favorite episode of Season 4. I just absolutely love this dynamic of Nolan and Alan. I was so relieved to see that we were dedicating an entire episode to these two and their little side quest background journey. It was an awesome addition to see younger Nolan and what his early Viltrumite life was like. It's additions and changes like these that still makes watching the show as a comic reader, like, still so engaging. You know, not to kind of brush by these next 2 episodes, but I feel essentially the same about Episode 3 and Episode 4. I think they're decent. I think they're their most standard Invincible episodes we can get. And I feel like I'm allowed to say this as someone who's read the entire comic book series. I've always felt this way. These side stories, the filler arcs, just do not hit the same for me. Don't get me wrong, I do like the fact that we are getting a show original storyline with Damien Darkblood, and I am still interested to see where the storyline goes beyond Episode 4. Like, I'm sorry to be that guy, y'all, but they do not hold my attention nearly as much as any of the Viltrum Empire conflict or any of the larger scale events like the Invincible War. Like, I don't even feel bad saying this, like, who is gonna bat an eye for this guy? I do not give a shit about the character Titan, and I just don't like that we're spending so much time with him. Not even trying to be hyperbolic. I made this joke to my brother, but Titan here could literally walk into this boardroom, unalive bomb himself, and unalive the rest of these characters, and I'd find that to be a satisfying conclusion to this story. I'm sorry, y'all, but just give us the stuff we want to see. Comic readers and people who have seen the Season 4 trailer know what's coming and know the events that are ahead, so these earlier arcs can be harder to get through when they're not as engaging. Regardless of any criticisms, nitpicks, still very much looking forward to the second half of the season. Just gotta get this off my chest, but we are too deep into the show to still be complaining about the visuals. Like, the animation is not perfect by any means. There's still some wonkiness, some moments that fall flat, but I think they're improving with each season. And if we want to get the show yearly, this is what it's gonna have to take. And yeah, let me know what y'all think of the season so far. And I'm just now making this realization, but I look and am dressed exactly like Mark right now. Robert Kirkman here whispers about a live-action Invincible. I'm your guy. Hit me up. That's it for me, though. Okay, bye.